sent us once, they'll send us twice, through fire, steel, and sacrifice. I lost my squad, I lost my hope, but freedom's cost still burns the same. Metal marching, death comes near, echoes of the past I hear. The scars remain, the memories stay, but duty calls, no time to pray. We return to Melvalon, one last stand beneath the sun. For the fallen, for the creed, for the brothers that we bled. We return to Melvalon, steel and fire, freedom song. Even death won't break our strength. We rise, we fight, we march again.
Evening's freedoms, severing saviors of the Severin sector. That was returned to Malevolon by little mustfolk who caught wind of the collective's plans to recapture the ruins of their industrial facilities on Malevolon Creek and crafted this audible treat over the duration of a single creative surge. Oh, yes indeedy. You heard me right, Helldivers. The bots are coming back to the creek where it all began, just in time for the 1-year anniversary of the most complete and longest-lasting butt-kicking of their first regime. Looks like someone's ready for a second course, and our arsenal has only improved and become more refined since then. The collective has no idea what it's walking into. While Malevolon Creek might have become a resort spa in the intervening years since its battles ended, Helldivers stand ready to drop the hammer of democratic wrath upon any invader. One metal peaky toe. That's all it would take to call back all the old veterans to defend their favorite stomping ground, the Vietnam of space. Thus far, the main automaton fleet appears to be moving around the far western edge of the galactic periphery, with an invasion being projected from Choepessa 4 to Ustotu, and from there, if they follow the pattern of shortest possible paths, their invasion path will take them to Vandalon 4, Maya, and then the Creek, which means they could be hitting their war goal objective in 3 days. Within the TQZ, the Bug Divers are knocking out their own war goals with an easy victory on Boar Rock and are now overpowering bug resistance on Esker. With 43 hours left on the clock, Esker looks like it'll be liberated with plenty of time to spare in 28. Now, I do need to print a retraction on something that I mentioned this morning. I misspoke when I implied that the Vertex Divers are friendly with the Automaton Collective. Nothing could be further from the truth, and really, unless someone is running a motherboard and circuits instead of a heart-pumping democratic blood, I don't think the collective is friendly with anybody.
And sometimes not even then.
I just meant to say that if someone from within the collective were open to diplomacy, the Vertex Divers would be more open to the possibility. The Force Alliance, for example, who I understand has fallen under some very hard times now that the mainframe has clamped down on individuality hard. I don't think we can count on much help from them in the foreseeable future. Speaking of the Vertex Divers, I had a chance to speak with one of their high priests earlier today, where he went into further detail in regards to his pantheon and his set of beliefs. One of the more popular divine figures is Falvion, the Storm Bear, who is their god of war, the stars, and fate. I can definitely see how this figure would catch a Helldiver's interest. We make war from the stars, and we decide our own fate. Mostly this revolves around super victories, but that doesn't stop divers for praying for Falthion's favor before a great battle. Short of like what is coming from Malevolon Creek, I imagine Falvion is receiving a great many prayers this evening. There's also some discussion of Telbada, the exact. They're a creation goddess who crafted the Milky Way and everything that resides within creation. This turned out to be a bad move that made a lot of people really angry. Related to this task, we have Niskyria, the Lady of Justice, who was originally tasked to keep the children of Telbada, that being humankind and the Illuminate, from fighting one another by silencing anyone who would instigate such a thing. As you might be able to tell from how the southern frontier is in varying shades of on fire / overrun with zombies, her celestial office has probably seen better days. I do not envy the divine audit that she's going to receive when all of this galactic war nonsense blows over. Next Nixar has devoted her life to the protection of the universe as a whole, but is constantly in pain due to the strain of holding back horrors beyond our comprehension. I don't know, gang. I was there on Viridia. That was an awful lot of horror, but still within my comprehension. And it's my opinion that anything can die if you smack it with enough 380s. Maybe I could lend Nixar a hand. Not that I would dare mock the gods. Perish the thought. This is just my way of dealing with the sheer insanity our universe hurls at us on a daily basis. I think even the gods would look at what we go through at a typical Tuesday and admit that our jobs are seriously fluffed up. I mean seriously. Terminid swarms, automaton war machines, pretty much pick anything the Illuminate is doing or has ever done. The list of Ministry of Truth human rights abuses, the war costing me repeated chances to attend some of Oso's barbecues. It's absolute madness and chaos out there, so you can either laugh at it or cry. But I am getting off topic, so let's get back onto it. Caliph, the Veiled One, is responsible for protecting people from knowing the unknowable, and if anyone breaches that vault of knowledge, they just up and disappear to keep humanity from going down a dark path. At the risk of going off on another tangent, are we not already on a dark path? We imploded a planet last year, and the resulting singularity has nommed 2 planets like Super Reese Cups and is opening the wrapper on number 3. But, once again, back on topic. Talk then turned to Umbrak, who is the god of final deeds and heroics. Vertex divers call on his name when they know that their time to enter the Vertex Horizon, their version of heaven, has come, such as they receive the strength to slay as many enemies as possible on their way out the door. Now that's a god I can get behind. The game show host of the Who Can Die the Most Noble Death competition. I imagine a fair few Helldivers have been on his show and won the solid gold Cupid doll behind door number 2 on more than a few occasions. Working closely with Umbrak is Zelvar, who makes sure the Vertex divers who have proven their faithfulness make it into the Vertex Horizon. Zelvar also helps anyone with unfinished business in the physical realm. I think the last one that we discussed was Zavran, who is the god of chance and fortune and favors the risk-takers among the Vertex. Every chance they take in battle or in life is an act of worship unto him. As for what I believe that democracy protects, and Lady Liberty watches over me in my quest to help people. She smiles on my efforts to inspire greater heroism, save lives caught in the crossfires of war, and when my wings give out at last, I will be granted restful peace and happiness knowing that I did my part. And even then, I would pursue for reincarnation from the divine powers that be, so as I had another life to give for the sake of others. The road stretches ever onward, dear listeners, and be it windmill or giant, my Stunland stretches forward. The trial never ends, and I eagerly await the next adventure. That's been Liberty's latest with me, Pondera, the Radio Angel. With the TQZ MO mostly wrapped up at the Automaton front automatoning, I'll be spending another few days in the southern frontier racking up that sweet, sweet bounty money just to turn around and invest it in galactic stocks. That retirement package with the mansion on Segama Paradise and the built-in resort spa on the beach isn't gonna buy itself, you know. And with my challenge of democratic violence, I'm leaning toward yearly yacht upgrades. For liberty, for freedom, for democracy, and for the angelic rebellion. Viva la Revolution Angelique.